Welcome to the Dental ATeam podcast. I'm your host, Kira Dent, and I have this crazy idea that maybe I could combine a doctor and a team member's perspective because let's face it, dentistry can be a challenging profession with those two perspectives. I've been a dental assistant, treatment coordinator, scheduler, biller, office manager, regional manager, practice owner, and I have a team of traveling consultants where we have traveled to over 165 different offices coaching teams. Yep, we don't just understand you, we are you. Our mission is to positively impact the world of dental, and I believe that this podcast is the greatest way I can help elevate teams, grow VIP experiences, reduce stress, and create A-teams. Welcome to the Dental ATeam podcast. Hello, Dental ATeam listeners. This is Kira, and you guys, let's dive into, I had one of my coaching clients actually reach out to me and I said, hey, what do you want me to do a podcast on? I'm recording podcasts for next week. What do you want me to do? And she said, please, I had a breakdown and I want to know how to best filter through all the information that we're getting. She's like, I am inundated with emails for webinars and things that we could be doing right now to maximize our time and CE and systems and personal development and working out. And yeah, that's a lot. And she's like, I literally had a breakdown because I didn't know how to sort and filter through all of that. So let's talk about that because I'm in that boat too. You guys, my email is literally packed with over 100 emails a day, not of work related, just solely of social media or DSN or webinar invites. It's like, holy moly. And guess what, guys? Sorry. I know. Sorry, not sorry. We are also part of that email. But I will tell you, every single email we send to you, it's chock full of tips and things you can be doing that hopefully are not overwhelming you. So if they are, it's cool. I got you. I also try to put funny things in there for you. So yes, it is overwhelming. There is a lot going on. There's a lot. So let's talk about this. So this is Kira's Dent's philosophy. There's no rhyme or reason to this. This is just what I personally am doing. So I can speak to you authentically of what I'm doing. That way it's true and authentic, and I'm not giving you a standard which I can't even live up to. So with that said, I basically have decided, guys, this is no different than everyday life. Think about it. Why don't you buy every single email that comes to you? Well, because we filtered out, we're like, we don't have time for this because we have something we have to go to. So it's much easier for us to filter. Right now, we just need to create a different filtering process. So it's pretty much the same thing. And when I was thinking about this topic, I've thought about it since she texted me and I was like, how do we do this? And I realized, well, I don't click on every Facebook ad. I don't jump on every offer. I don't respond to every spam email that comes in. I usually just delete all those and I move on. Or if it's something that I'm really, really focused on, then I'm obviously going to click on it. So like Tony Robbins coaching, I'm very intrigued of how I can make my coaching better. So that's something I'm going to go into. Marketing, I want to know better about marketing. So Donald Miller with the Story Brand Marketing, I will click on his information because it's actual information that I'm looking for. So I think right now you guys should set up, you guys have heard me talk on other podcasts of my to-do board of the things that I'm looking for, things I'm interested in. And I think we need to use that as our filtering process. You are going to be inundated with information. It is no different than everyday life. Period. Yeah, it might feel like it's more. Probably is. People are all virtual right now, so you're probably getting more of it. It's the same as what it was before, though. It's just different. So with that said, you guys are probably thinking she's freaking crazy over there. I might be, and I might be going off on a tangent because I've been in my house for a long time by myself. So if I'm going on a tangent, you guys email me and tell me, Kira, get off the mic. You need to go take a walk. But with this, I wanted to say that it's not much different because I think when we can put it into that perspective, it will make it easier to filter through this. So first and foremost, limit your time on social media. Tarly Reed said something that was brilliant that I'm going to repeat. I think it's worth repeating. She said, be informed, but not consumed. Okay. So limit it. You guys, iPhones, they track how much time you're on social media. You can look at this, set an amount of time, be responsible on that. I know I get bored and it's a very easy thing. If you do not have the self-control, delete the apps. It's crazy. I do this often. I'll delete them. And it's crazy how often I just mindlessly go to those apps or where they were. And it's just a pattern and a routine. It's not that I actually want to. It's like an addiction, honestly. So delete the apps if you need to. Limit the time you're on social media. Also, look to see the things you need to know. Do you actually need to apply for loans? And maybe you're going to find out from your CPA. Maybe you're just going to get a smaller group of people. Maybe you have your trusted CPA and say, hey, I'm actually not checking emails. Please just shoot me a text. I don't know what your CPA is. If you need a CPA, let me know. I've got some great CPAs that I'm happy to refer to you. The other thing I would suggest is get your small group of people that are actually the people you want to be around, people that have the same mindset. So for me, people like Summer Casnell, Justin Schmidt, Tiffany Trader, Tarly Reed, Ashley Dorn, Kaylee Taylor, my mom, those people are in my core group. My sister, Marco Poloing her is a lot of fun. So those types of people that are going the direction I want to go, I keep close. My CPA, I talked to him this morning. I needed to find the information out. That's great. You can check other resources, but a lot of times it's just people whiplashing you back and forth because they don't even know. So find out, go to the trusted sites, figure out what your trusted sites are. You might need to do a little research and then pick it and stick it and go with it. You guys, I can't tell you right now, you're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't. It doesn't matter which way you go. I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, what if I post this? Someone's going to hate that post. What if I talk about this? Someone's going to hate that post. Guess what? That was real life. Before this, people are just more vocal right now. So you have to remember, this hasn't changed a whole lot. It's just the filtering process that we're going to use. So limit the social media intake that you have. Also, look to see what do you actually want. I'm not going after all the buying schemes. Like leggings are coming through my thing. And right now I'm like, oh, maybe I should look at leggings. No, it's because I'm bored right now. Just delete those like you normally would have done. You wouldn't normally buy those leggings. You wouldn't normally buy all these things. So just delete it. It's a little bit trickier. Yes, this is also where you get to train your mind and see how your mind is. I also think when we have a set focus in the morning, it can help direct and guide you. So that way you don't get sidetracked by all the different luring things on either side. How would it be if you had somebody who could literally look beyond your circumstances right now, that could give you strategy, that could see where you needed to go and direct and guide you? That is literally the definition of a coach. And right now, I firmly believe that we are a nation that needs coaching, that needs direction, that needs strategy. So at the Dental ATeam, we put together strategy coaching calls for you. So go snag them. Please, please, please don't get behind right now. Don't fall off the bandwagon. Don't live in fear. Let a coach help guide you. You guys, this is what we do on the daily. So please, I dropped these prices to the lowest. So that way you guys could maximize us. Use us, text us, call us, email us. That way you have a coach in your pocket for strategy. In addition to that, 50% off of all Dental ATeam products. Every single one of them is 50% off, so you can utilize that distance learning and the extra time that you've been gifted. Last but not least, join us for our webinars every Tuesday and Thursday, where we're getting an amazing lineup of speakers to give you tactical tips right now that you can use. You guys, now's the time. What are you going to do with it? Jump on over to www.thedentalateam.com/strategy and snag your strategy right now. So this is kind of interesting. Growing up, I remember a Vigil and they said, like, make sure you walk on the straight and narrow path. That's going to be the safest way. And there's going to be all these distractions on either side of the path that are going to try and lure you off the path. Well, I think that's a good visual for all of us right now. Let's walk down that straight and narrow path. Yes, there are going to be distractions on either side of us, but if we know where we're headed and where we want to end up, that can then be a filtering process for us. So before all this happened, did you want to improve your systems? If so, high five. Use the Dental ATeam or any other thing for systems and work on those systems and nothing else. Focus on that and clear out the rest of it. It's just chatter. You guys, I used to think I need to read everyone because what if I missed out? Well, enter FOMO, guys. It's just a fear of missing out. And the reality is it's probably going to whiplash me in the next 24 hours anyway. So limit your news intake to maybe 30 minutes, an hour. Maybe just read a quick site of what's going on so you're informed and move on. Or maybe don't even read it for a week. That's also okay. Just build up a stronger filtering system right now. It's also going to be great because when we get back into our offices, we're going to be able to have a better filtering system of things that we really, really want. You guys, I remember when I was at Tony Robbins and I had to build a business in the middle of listening to Tony Robbins. And I was so angry. I was like, why do I have to build a freaking business in the middle of Tony Robbins going clear until 11 o'clock at night? And I want to sit and I want to listen to all this. And all of a sudden the light bulb struck. And I was like, Kira, this is real life. You will always have distractions. You will always have things pulling at you. You have to determine what you ultimately want so you can block off all the other distractions. So what do you want? Maybe take a day and journal and say, what do I want my practice to look like? What are the areas that I really need to improve? That's what I'm going to focus on. So if anything comes in email-wise or on social media that's within that, I will read that. All the other ones, I just quickly delete. I think that that's very helpful and it's very healthy because that way you're not being inundated with a lot of other things. Yes, information is coming to us rapidly. You might need to be first in line for loans, but guess what? I can tell you, talk to your CPA, come up with what you actually financially need, and then stop reading it. You guys, I'm guilty of this. This morning I was listening to another webinar about all these dang loans and I was like, I am so freaking confused because who's right and who's wrong? Like I said, not everyone has the answer to everything. You can't just choose one person for all of it. So choose your trusted advisory team and move forward with that. You're going to be darned if you do, darned if you don't. You maybe missed out on this or maybe you got lucky that you got it. Guess what? That's part of this. So get your trusted advisory board. If you don't have a trusted advisory board, AKA your attorney, your CPA, your coach, if you don't have that in place, get that in place. Pick somebody. I don't care who you pick. I have to have a coach right now to guide me. I need her to sift through the things that I can't figure out and guide me of what I really need to do right now. So remember, this is no different than what it was before. We just have more time, so we're more easily distracted. So limit your social media, delete the apps if you need to. Limit your news intake. Make sure you're also eating healthy. That sounds so ridiculous, and I am guilty, guys. I have pounded through Reese's peanut butter eggs. Guilty over here. Stop it. Just try and just make a little bit healthier choices. You'll feel a lot better. You'll have more energy and you'll be able to focus better. The other thing I would suggest is just pick 3 things. 3. Our minds can process 3 things. I'm going to do this, I guarantee you, starting this week. We're going to post this one. I obviously record these earlier than the day before, guys. Sorry if I just bursted your bubbles. I'm not talking to you early in the morning that day or the day before. But I'm going to commit to this next week as well. I have so many projects that I want to get done. And so guess what? Because I have so many, I'm not getting any of them done. So I'm going to focus on 3, maybe even just 1. The number 1 project that's going to move me forward the most that I actually want to get accomplished. And then I'm only going to read information about that. Right now, at this point in time, you should probably have your loans figured out. If not, let me know. I've got some great CPAs if you're still confused. That way I can help you out, or there's some great resources that can help you guys. So then after that, move forward with that 1, 2, or 3 projects that you want to work on for that week. Our minds can only process 3 things. So I would say, watch your cash flow. Make sure you've got a plan for your cash flow. So insurance AR is a great thing to have your team working on. Maybe you're going to be working on systems. Fantastic. Pick one system you want to work on and accomplish this week. And then maybe you're going to do something personal for yourself. Great. Fantastic. Focus on those 3 and get those done. And that's it. Nothing else, nothing less. You now have a directive plan. Delete all the other emails. It's okay. Yep, there's webinars. You can have FOMO. It's okay. You might miss it. Or maybe you're like, you know what? I want to listen to, I'm going to use mine, the Dental ATeam's webinars, because they're all things team and I want to fix my systems right now because that's what my big priority was. Maybe you're like, hey, I need help on my SBA loans. So I'm going to listen to webinars. I'm going to choose 2 or 3 that are the best and I'm going to listen to those. The best for you. Doesn't mean they're actually the best. Guys, literally it's whiplash out there. I'll try and listen to them and stay on top of it. And I'm like, I honestly have no idea. So I think we're all in the boat, and until things actually start to pass through, we're not going to have the truth and the knowledge. It's not passed yet. So we don't know yet. That's okay. So stay on top of it. So number 1, limit your social media. It's hard. It's easy. I'm going to delete my apps as well, guys. That way I'm not on it and I just check it. I think I'm going to set a goal of maybe 10 minutes a day. Just go through, do a quick, maybe it's 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night, and call it a day. That's it. Okay. So you guys can hold me accountable to that. Also limit your news intake. It's going to help you. It's going to help you stay. All it's doing is just adding fear. We need to be informed, but not consumed. The third thing is set 3 goals that you're going to accomplish for that week. 3 of the things that you really want to do. And 4th, the way you're going to filter through is you're going to actually know the things that you want to get done. So if it's for me, I want coaching. So Tony Robbins or anything that talks about how to improve my coaching plan, fantastic. I'm probably going to look at that. I'm still going to delete, just like I did before, the rest of my spam emails. It's okay. Just delete them. You don't have to read everything. Pick 1, 2, or 3 sources that you really are interested in. For me, Tony Robbins, Donald Miller, those are my 2 things that I'm really reading. The rest of it, thanks, but no thanks. I just have to set that standard for myself and then have the self-discipline to delete those. Try it out. Maybe you missed something. Shoot, darn. Well, guess what? Try. Maybe you're going to add in a different one. Maybe you need to add in, hey, maybe I need to hear from the dentist advisors. I'm going to make sure I read theirs as well. For me, I read my CPA's emails when they come through. because I want to know that, and I trust my CPA, and that's what I'm going to go for. At the end of the day, my CPA is going to do it. A lot of you don't have great CPAs, so let me know. There's a lot of really, really good ones out there. Scott Haberman, Jim Clark with CBG, Jonathan Van Horn. Those are great CPAs that really I feel are on top of it. So check in with them. There's conflicting information out there. I think when you guys can limit that de-stress and get those things done, it will feel so good. I keep building this huge long list of everything I should get done, all the webinars I should attend. And then I have to ask myself, and you only get a yes or a no, does this activity, so this webinar, this email, take me closer or further away from where I actually want to go? If the answer is not a hell yes, delete it. You guys need to make sure you have the self-discipline to move forward with that. So if it's not that, yes, I got this, delete it and have the self-discipline. It's okay, guys. I have a ton of FOMO as well. I think those things might help you guys. Let me know. If you have other ways that are helping you, email us hello@thedentalateam.com. That way we can help you guys out. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you next time on the Dental ATeam podcast. And that wraps it up for another episode of the Dental ATeam podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.